Hi everyone, it's me Giovanni, and similar to the last video, this video is going to be a bit random, but it's about Fnaf again, at least partially. Anyway, something that I forgotten to mention in the last video is because since the Fnaf 2 movie is coming out soon in December, filming has already probably ended. It's somewhat confirmed that Skeet, Urchin, who played Billy Loomis from Scream as, with Matthew Lillard as Stu, is gonna be playing Henry Emily, which, I mean, considering that Matthew Lillard played William Afton in Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm honestly really interested to see how that would turn out. And it it debunks the whole theory about Michael Afton's father being Henry Emily. That's not true. In fact, I didn't believe that theory. It would just feel weird. I mean, if I'm gonna be frank about it, the Aftons are the Aftons, the Emilys are the Emilys, and the Schmidts are, well, the Schmidts. They're, in the movie continuity, they're probably not related to the Aftons or Emilys in any way. Instead, they're just a different family entirely. Mike Schmidt is a different Mike from Michael Afton. And that's completely fine. And since, well, about the Pirate Boy again, his version of William Afton, or the Afton or William Afton's story involving William Afton as a cannibal and the Afton secrets, I really like. And people can do their own interpretation of certain characters. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, especially if there's never been any other, like, information about them, like, never thought about, like, certain backstories, birthdays, ages, like, different adaptations, time periods, people of color, sexuality, gender, anything, and I mean anything. And for people to get mad about William committing crimes that he didn't do in canon is absolutely disrespectful. I mean, I am aware about one thing that William Afton, Scott is completely against, and rightfully so, William Afton being a pedophile. Absolutely, 100% not. No. Just no. No, absolutely not. We are not making William Afton a pedophile. No. Especially since I have mentioned numerous times about the story of Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. And The story is that a 37-year-old man named Humber Humbert becomes obsessed with a 12-year-old girl named Dolores Hayes, nicknamed Lo, who he nicknames Lolita. And he technically kidnaps her. He marries her mother, Charlotte Hayes, but when Charlotte dies, Humbert becomes Dolores' only parental figure in her life, and he takes on this huge road trip where their relationship is in secret. So, yeah. I have already made a chapter about the similarities to Fnaf and Lolita, where I said this before, and I'll say it again, that I feel like people are desperate for their Fnaf version of Lolita. I'm not sure why. No, seriously, I'm not sure why. Like, why are people so interested of making William Afton a pedophile? Why? Just why? There are worse crimes that people would do to children, but pedophilia is one of the worst, and Scott Coven is absolutely against William Afton being a pedophile. Kind of similar to how Vladimir Nabokov was against the fact that in one of the subplots regarding the 1962 adaptation of Lolita, directed by Stanley Kubrick, there was a subplot of Humber Humbert and Dolores getting married and having their consent by a parental figure with little to no outrage to appeal to the production or Hays Code during the time. But Vladimir was completely against the idea, and rightfully so. Because what the fuck would a 37-year-old man marry a 12-year-old? A 12-year-old? Seriously, why? And the fact that James B. Harris, the producer of the 1962 Lolita film, tried to defend the idea, but in reality, the whole marriage thing involving a 30-something-year-old man and a 12-year-old is still illegal. It's not normal. It's not normal for a 12-year-old girl to be married to a 37-year-old man. The fact that James B. Harris tried to defend that whole idea was completely irresponsible, creepy, inappropriate, and yeah, Lolita should have never been adapted into film in the first place, especially with those types of behaviors from people behind the film. Why? No, seriously, why? Anyway, so since Billy Loomis is going to be in Five Nights at Freddy's as Henry Emily, I'm excited for that. Because since my view of Lillard is William Afton, it's perfect. Since Snow White is gonna come out 10 days later on March 23rd, March 21st, which ironically is on a Friday, and similar to March 21st, Dead Meat is gonna do a kill count of the substance. Great. Great. Yeah. And even though some people might be happy about the Snow White live action movie, and I might understand, I mean, one of the scenes that is on YouTube right now, where Snow White has dinner with the Queen, it's not bad, but considering the storyline about Snow White trying to defend or become ruler of her kingdom, defeat her stepmother, which isn't a new idea, since Mirror Mirror and Snow White and the Huntsman already done something like that, and both of those movies were released in 2012. And especially during the whole media circus of adults modernizing Disney with girl boss feminism and calling their classic princesses weak and stuff like that. Yeah, sorry Disney, you're too late. You're too late with that. You overcorrected it way too late and way too much. It's not politically correct like some things, like, people of color, people of diversity, yada yada, but more of the girl boss feminism is completely, it washes away the classic story, the original, story that Disney has produced. And if Disney ends with the Snow White live action remake, then you know what? I personally wouldn't care. And you know what? If they do die, then good riddance to Disney. Also, it's probably good riddance for Disney Plus. I mean, they completely scrapped the Tiana animated series and completely discontinued other shows from their network as well. So yeah, pretty much. But Disney has said, or at least I think they said, that they're gonna return their 2D animation, which is honestly which I'm a little skeptical about, but if it is 100% true, then I'm fucking relieved about it. I'm serious, I'm relieved about that, because when Wish was going to be made, originally they were going to do their 2D animation to for nostalgic purposes, but they didn't do that. The animation that they went with was sort of storybook animated, and I'm completely fine with it, but still, I think it would have been nice to see the 2D animation return, and it might finally will. Anyway, that's all for this weird, awkward video. I hope you enjoyed it or not. I hope to see you on in the next one, and I hope you stay safe this year because, Donald Trump and all. Okay, bye.